About 6 months ago, my girlfriend and me, we found out that she's pregnant. And in the beginning, we weren't sure whether we're going to keep the child. In this decision-making process, a lot happened within me and around me, and there was one common thread, which is that I also went to the outside looking for men who were at the same time fathers and whom I appreciate for both, how they live masculinity and manhood in this world, and on the other hand, how they live fatherhood as well. And I realized that in my close surroundings, there wasn't really a person who unified both. And it was only through another friend of mine that I appreciate a lot that I got in touch with such a man who is her husband. So I knew her, I really like her, and I thought, okay, if that's her husband, then potentially he's as cool as she is. And if I think of that conversation that I had with him, I realize how much that moved inside me, how much I enjoyed the growing companionship that I was sensing in there. Because still, when I think about it, I can easily get in touch with the pain that was involved in having the impression of, in a certain way, being alone around this process. Because when I think about becoming a father, there are really different wishes or longings or pictures in my mind of how I would like to approach fatherhood. And since we have been taking this decision for the child, a lot happened. Both again, outside and inside. And I realized that one of the threads again that came through so far when it comes to fatherhood for me is that I wish for a fatherhood that is present. There's so many men and women, including myself, with whom I talked, and we realized that our fathers either they weren't present physically, or if they were present physically, then they weren't really there emotionally with their being able to relate to us as a child. And I have the impression that it's often due to the topics our fathers carry with themselves that need their attention, or also their way of sustaining themselves and their family financially, which oftentimes did not allow or didn't give enough space for children to really have the impression of a present father being with them. And I think it's time for a new fatherhood, for an evolving fatherhood. And the more I research into this, the more I realize there are certain structures already, there is a certain movement already, and I want to be part of that movement, and I wish to document my process through this video blog. And first, it really now starts with documentation of process in order to see, is there resonance outside? Are there other people who want to join and share this journey? And from what I have been experiencing throughout the last months and talking to men and women as well, I have the impression there is this longing for a different fatherhood. And I think we are on the edge of being able to create that. And I also see an immense relation between changes in approaches to fatherhood and parenting connected to facing and overcoming certain challenges that we are facing today. Yeah, and I invite you, if you are in a position of wishing that your father maybe had been different, or if you are on the edge of becoming a father, thinking about becoming a father, or actually maybe you are a father already and there is this longing of living fatherhood differently, Or maybe you have a man or father that is walking in life just next to you, and yeah, if there's some kind of resonance to what I have been saying, then I invite you to watch the next video to see whether this might be also for you a space for growing community and companionship around this theme of evolving fatherhood. Yeah, and if you sense such a resonance, I invite you to comment, to share whatever is alive in you, and maybe to share this video with friends whom you think this might be relevant to. Yeah, I for sure am excited, even if I just recorded the same video in German and I'm again going through it in English. I realize the excitement just seems to be growing. So I'm really looking forward to get in touch and to see what's emerging out of this.